Let's bring in Sean Reynolds at the Bell Center. Sean, listen, maybe it's just on me now, continuing to question how they get it done, but Montreal getting it done again, this time being severely outplayed through 2 and a bit periods. Yet again, Sean, they survive and win. How?
Yeah, well, let's start with the first star of the game, and that's Carey Price. You see he's showing up time and time again, but what I like about his team's response in this game is the go-ahead goal, that second goal of the Vegas Golden Knights. It's a goal Carey Price would probably like to have back. What I see with this team time and time again in situations like this is composure. They are getting entirely outshot through the first couple periods. Like you had said, they're getting outplayed in those first 2 periods, but I think they've got a very good confidence in their own defensive zone and what they allow. They were bottled up. They weren't able to get through the neutral zone, but they stuck with it. You know, after they get that horrible first goal where Stahl turns the puck over, you know, the response that they get, Nick Suzuki's line goes out, Cole Caulfield scores. That's exactly what you want to see from a team like that. And then in the end, in the extra frame overtime, that's when they come alive. They looked slow all game, but at the right times of this game, they came alive. This is a team that knows how to win. That's the old saying. They stay calm when they need to. There's no panic in this squad.
Sean, you mentioned composure, staying calm. That's exactly what Josh Anderson was able to do in OT. Yeah. Getting that pass, managing to stick it down. It was an incredible play by Anderson. He had a great game in this win.
Yeah, and that's just it. The entire game, Eric Engels and I were watching, and we were saying Josh Anderson was the best player on the ice for the Montreal Canadiens the entire game. He was engaged, he was throwing hits, he was driving the puck, he was getting down ice. And you know, they say you got to be good to be lucky, lucky to be good. Well, clearly that he got lucky on that game-tying goal, but he'd earned it. He'd been earning it, getting down into the dirty areas the entire night, and so he gets the tying goal, he gets the game winners, both of them basically tap-ins, but he deserved it. He earned everything he got on the ice tonight, and good things come to players who put in effort like that.
You can say the same thing for Nick Suzuki and that line as well, Sean. Outdoing that William Karlsson line. Talk about maybe his presence in that lineup as well.
Yeah. Yeah, well, how special are these 2 young men? They put him with basically the best scorer on this Montreal Canadiens team in Tyler Toffoli. But what a tough draw for them to have to go up against that William Karlsson line that has so much playoff experience on this team that's in its 3rd conference finals or semifinals, however you want to say it, in its last 4 years. That's a line that knows how to score. They had said, Riley Smith earlier on in the player avails, had said, what do we need to do? We need to outscore the line we're going up against. Easier said than done against these young men, and they're playing phenomenal hockey, very composed. They're taking the chances that high risk, sorry, I shouldn't say high risk, but skilled players take at times, but they're playing defensively responsible, seem to be controlling the play tonight. They have got a special group of young men leading the charge, Nick Suzuki and Cole Caulfield.
And Sean, I've got to ask before we let you go, are your ears still ringing? Because that 1,000 extra fans really seem to make it loud in the Bell Center.
Yeah, I take a look around this cavernous building, the biggest building in the NHL, and you wonder how 2,500 fans are going to fill it up with noise. That's what I saw in the last round, and I was blown away by it. You add an extra 1,000, and it's unbelievable, just the response that you're getting from the fans. And I'll tell you, that moment, we were down here right behind the net when they tied that game up, looking around, people were absolutely losing their minds. But you're right, the amount of noise they're able to generate with 3,500 people, if they ever do get to a stage where the Canadiens can play long enough that this building gets full, I don't know if my ears can take it.
Oh, would love to see that. It was crazy inside, Sean. Crazy.